I backed out of the aisle and nearly dropped my phone. The screen lit on its own, camera open, front-facing, but it wasn't showing my face. It was showing the corridor behind me, and standing there, much closer than it had any right to be, was the same figure, blurred at the edges like a person reflected in disturbed water. I spun around. Nothing. When I looked back at the screen, it was gone. I left then, or tried to. The corridor outside records no longer led to the lobby. It bent where it should have run straight. The exit sign at the end glowed red, then somehow darker than red, a color that felt wet to look at. Doors I had passed minutes earlier now bore unfamiliar labels: retention overflow, deaccession, observation. The last one stood slightly open, breathing out a draft so cold it smelled like winter coats, old pennies, and rain on asphalt. That was when I understood the worst part of fear. It isn't the idea that something is chasing you. It is the realization that something has made room for you, that somewhere in its design, in whatever patient and hidden logic governs it, there is already a place where your name fits. From the open room came the sound of office life, ordinary and impossible at once. Keyboard clicks, a desk chair rolling back, someone clearing their throat, papers being straightened into a neat stack. It sounded exactly like staying late at work, exactly like every evening when the city outside turns blue and reflective and people convince themselves that productivity is virtue. I knew, with a certainty deeper than reason, that if I looked inside, I would see a version of my life continuing there without interruption, and that it would never let me leave as the same person who entered. So I kept walking. The footsteps returned behind me, no longer matching mine. They had become independent now, deliberate, confident, a little faster each time I dared to glance back. The lights above began shutting off in sequence, not flickering, not failing, but choosing, one panel after another, snapping into darkness and drawing the shadow toward me as neatly as a zipper closing. When I finally saw the lobby doors ahead, I ran. My shoulder hit the push bar hard enough to bruise,